Hey, welcome back to Margaret's Sportiality, your favorite no-filter Formula One review corner, where we serve hot takes, cold facts, and occasional roasted papaya. Let's dive into the 2025 Canadian Grand Prix, and trust me, this one had it all. First things first, McLaren finally stumbled. Lando Norris, after a sketchy quali where his engineer job basically had to babysit him on radio, went full "if you no longer go for a gap" mode, except there was no gap. He sent it on his own teammate Oscar Piastri for a podium spot and ended up DNFing himself out of the points. No damage to Oscar, who kept it clean and cool for P4, but yeah, this was not what McLaren needed, especially when you're in the middle of a three-way title fight. Also, someone check if Senna's rolling in his grave. And now, cue the silver arrows rise. George Russell takes his first win of 2025, leading from the front with some absolute ice in his veins. And Kimi Antonelli, the boys writing his own fairy tale. P3 maiden podium and becoming the third youngest ever on the rostrum, behind Max and Lance. Toto Wolff must be living his Red Bull origin story right now. It's like everything he wanted to build with George and Kimi is finally gelling. Bonington and Kimi on radio, vibes. And with Lando out and Oscar only fourth, Mercedes walked away from Canada with a bucket full of points. And let's not ignore the man who just knows how to cash it when it counts, Max Verstappen. P2 in a race where his rivals fumbled, he quietly outscored both McLarens and shrunk the gap in the WDC. Also, Red Bull did try to protest Russell for the alleged safety car gamesmanship. Max called George cheeky for braking while watching him in the mirrors, but guess what? No penalties, stewards dismissed it. Move along, folks. Still, this felt like one of those Max plays the long game weekends. Quiet, clean, crucial. And now to Ferrari, where the drama's still red hot, but the results aren't. Lewis Hamilton in Canada hits a groundhog. Yep, a literal one. And while it wasn't very vegan of him, karma came in fast. His car took serious damage and he was over 40 seconds off the top 5 at one point. No pace and no peace. Meanwhile, Leclerc was there, just there, not bad, not great. That pretty much sums up Ferrari's season, huh? Because he asked for plan C, but they gave him plan B. Ferrari was being Ferrari. So what does this all mean for the championship? Piastri still leads at 198 points, Norris stuck at 176, Max climbing to 155, Russell surging now on 136, Leclerc 104. And in constructors, McLaren still leads, but Mercedes is closing in, and Red Bull, well, Max is dragging them by himself. Next up, Austria, the Red Bull Ring, fast straights, elevation changes, and short lap chaos. But here's the question: will Mercedes ride this cool weather form into the Styrian hills, or will Max get spicy on home turf? And can McLaren reset before it all slips away? Hit that subscribe button and bell because Margaret's Sportiality is striking all the spice slips and surprise podiums every single week. I'll see you post Austria, and until then, stay speedy, stay sassy.